Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Devotion Mentality unboxing video. So, this is something that I wasn't exactly certain when it was going to arrive, but I figured I had some money given to me for Christmas, of course. And I decided, this was something that I was going to want anyway, but I figured if I didn't have the money, I'm just not gonna get it, because screw me, of course. But we will unbox it regardless. And I made the smart decision ahead of time to actually cover up the address so that I won't have to do any editing. On the other hand, I am going to have to figure out how the heck I'm going to open this box. Where is my box opening implement? I found my box opening implement. Deploy. Also, you may want to get out of the way. Okay. The package is opening. Oh, I see it already. Ah, yes. Move. Get out of the way. Robot Spirits Ver Anime Zaku 2 F2. Yeah. Which will essentially be a companion piece to this guy that was just standing there earlier, which I was filming with earlier. And there's still cat hair all over the place. Why do I ever let them in here? Because they won't stop bothering me if I don't. Anyway, let's have a look. Very absolutely tiny display window of the figure inside. I don't like that. Either let me see what the figure looks like before I open the box, or don't. Don't give me this sort of half-baked preview and just... Granted, I know that's just another case of conserving, plastic material in packaging, environmental protection. I get it. But, I mean, come on. It can do a bunch of this, it can do a bunch of that. It can do all the turning, the tilting, and all the stuff. Yes. Yes! I recall Ravenflit, I still don't know how to pronounce that. Doing their video on this, talking about how the articulation was kind of adequate, but not particularly good. And, to be fair, I wasn't actually... Given that this is a Zaku F2, and there are certain design aspects about the F2 Zaku that kind of warrant a bit of articulation limitation. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything tremendous, but, I figured, this will probably at least still be better than the model kit that I have. And, so long as it can beat the high-grade Universal Century model, in terms of articulation, to a degree, then fine. I'm immediately seeing something that feels like a bit of a shortcoming, and I'm not sure how to feel about this. I say that because it's another case of what does the model kit hold over this action figure, or vice versa. Well, okay, first of all, let me have a look at the instructions. Oh, that's an interesting way to do that I'm not quite sure about. Okay, so I'll have a look at that in a moment. The bazooka. Okay, I will say the bazooka is the one thing that this figure has that the model didn't. Alright, well, let's ignore that and actually... Oh, Lord. Things are falling out already. Oh, Lord. Things are falling out already. Oh, Lord. Things are falling out already. Oh, dear. I should not have opened it like that. But I did. Probably not a good thing. I probably already broke something like that. Or could have broken something. Oh, God. Oh, no, wait. Is this soft? Oh, Oof. Wait a minute. Did it? Oh, it didn't even come with an extra antenna. Oh, that's just frightening. Hand drag. Okay, again, so many goddamn hands. You don't need two pairs of gripping hands. You know, if these were fists, fine. And these are the gripping hands, fine. No, that's... Wait, is that the trigger hand or the gripping hand? Or is this the trigger hand? Wait a minute. I'm confused. Okay, no. Okay, these are the trigger hands. These are the angled grippy hands. And then we have two sets of splayed hands. I still cannot get over that. Alright. But the Zaku machine gun. The specific type of Zaku machine gun that is mostly associated with the Zaku 2F2. It's got... That's interesting. I like that. It has the stock actually rotates. Can it pump like an actual... No, of course not. That would be actually emulating an actual weapon, and that would be a bad idea. Despite the fact that this kind of looks like an AR in various ways. Does the scope move? It better move, because it's on the wrong side if it doesn't. Okay, good. Handle. That's good. Grenade. Grenade does not come off. Although I'm not sure what situation there would be where this thing would... Actually, no, I take that back. I think I have the fixed figuration Goof Custom / Ifrit figure, and it has this exact same rifle, and the grenade firing part does come off. And you know, technically, this is probably the one time I've ever seen this rifle with a figure that actually has the magazine go on like that. Because, again, on the old high-grade Universal Century thing, it does technically have this clip, but it's this little nub that's hidden under where the the regular ammo drum goes, so it's kind of not all that convincing as an anti-air magazine, or an ammo magazine at all, period. 2 axes, that's great. Alright. This is the holding rack for the bazooka. Here's the bazooka. Effect parts. Let me just have a look. You know, of course. The arm! It does the rotational movement. Okay, the shield is better on this one than it is on the Zaku Kai that I have, because it actually moves out of the way. It can rotate. Yeah, it can do that. I was wondering, because of the way the armor works, how the shoulder mechanism would work. It looks like it just sort of floats while this thing is sort of above it. The ab crunch. I don't know why it does work with the... I kind of expected, because it's... Okay, because the instructions sort of indicated to me that the ab crunch, the way it would work, would keep the backpack solidly in. So, is there something about the backpack that I'm not aware... Oh no, the backpack moves down so that the abs can crunch just a little bit further. Granted, with the bulky nature of the design, it's hard to tell that it's doing a crunch. Neck goes up, forward, and very similar to the Zaku Kai, Fritz, whatever you want to call it. I'll call it the Zaku Kai. I always, considering that this was the Katoki design and that its counterpart is the GM Kai, I always thought that it was more suitable to call this the Zaku Kai to a degree. Movable thruster bells. These little things move a little bit. That's disconcerting, honestly. I don't like little things like that being able to move. I doubt there's much in the way of waist rotation. Yeah, no. Do the side skirts move out much? Of course not. Again, design of the pipes. What about the front skirts? Oh yeah, you move pretty darn good. And the legs. Let me just swing out mechanism. Yeah. So at least the legs can come all the way forward. That's difficulty. That's one good thing. I'll praise that because the high-grade Universal Century kit can't do that. And of course, according to the video that I watched from Raven, they can do a kneel, so that's good. Let's see if I can actually do that. Not too bad. Knees, of course, feels different because all there is in the back of the leg is a cut. There's no collapsing mechanism back here. And you know what? Good on them for doing that. Wait a minute. I didn't check the arms because I noticed this arm bends in the middle here. Like, not much at all. So if I straighten it out, though, we'll... Not the best, but, you know, again, better than the model kit. Feet, good feet, not great, but can't necessarily complain. It's just, I feel like there's a limitation of the design here that you just, you know, you take it or you leave it. Yeah, those panels come off like they do on the other ones. Although, in this one's case, I feel like that might be something for a future reuse of this figure as maybe like a Kimberide Forces exclusive where they could have the extra rocket thrusters installed right here. So with the tiny little panels coming off the sides of the backpack here, that's actually pretty smart, forward thinking. Like again, this can also be used to store weapons and whatnot. Although with the back panel, that's probably a more adequate place to put the bazooka. So, just from a cursory evaluation, I can definitely say that while this is not the most perfect or greatest or amazing Zaku figure and or model that I have ever touched upon, it's pretty darn good. But, you know, back to the things that I feel are missing here. And I can't totally blame the retail release for this, but I am still going to complain. Number one, you know, we have Zaku machine gun, the clip for the anti-air stuff, Heat Hawk in two variations, one for storage and one for maximum carnage, the bazooka, and the commander type antenna head, which, okay, I should check that. Yep, that does pretty good, as does the Mono Y, which is on its own rail, which, good for you, you can do that. The GM Kai couldn't do that. All the extra hands and whatnot, some thruster effects, that's good. But what does the figure come with that this, what does the model kit come with that this doesn't, that makes it slightly underwhelming? Well, I can't necessarily pull the model kit out right now for comparison, but the MMP, is it the 80 or the 90 machine gun? Yeah, that's something that this didn't come with, and I suppose I can sort of forgive that. Again, it's not something that I expressly remember it carrying much, although I feel like the Xeon Colors variation of this particular figure was more known for carrying the MMP, that particular machine gun variant, than the EFF Forces Colors version, which has already been announced as a premium Bandai exclusive, which I am not too bothered about, honestly. I'm more interested in the potential of a future Kimberide Forces color variant. Another thing is that it doesn't have the leg-mounted missile pods. Now, I'm pretty sure... I guess that's a case of, well, if you already have the version anime Zaku, and I'm pretty sure the version anime regular Zaku F type does come with those missile pods. They can probably mount on the sides here because there are little slots for them. But again, disappointment. And I feel like, again, this is probably one of those cases where a Kimberide Forces variant might come in. There is a third head option that has 3 armor plates on the forehead. And I feel like not having that is a little iffy on my end. But most of that stuff I can more or less let go. But at the same time, when all of those things that this figure doesn't come with are things that do come with even the regular release in both Federation and EFSF colors of the Zaku F2 in high grade, that's really all I can say is just Can't say I'm expressly disappointed though. These two are, and for the longest time always have been, my favorite versions of the GM and Zaku. And to have them in good, nice, solid figure form at the same relative scale, I say relative scale, as model kits, because I do have the GM Kai high grade model kit out for comparison right now, because I'm using them both in my stop motion at the same time, because numbers. But the figure is, noticeably taller than the model kit, and I kind of wonder if that's going to be the same case with this Zaku. Actually, I say I can't get it right now, but I just need to reach over just a little bit further, and it's odd. These two are more relatively around about the same height. That is peculiar. Also, their proportions, it's easy to tell the proportional difference between this one, because this one looks very stumpy, and this one looks real slim. The proportional differences between these two aren't nearly that obvious, if there are any, because they look pretty in line with each other. Well, I mean, the good thing is that when I start doing stop motion and I need more than one off 2 Zaku for a particular animation, putting these two together will look... they'll look the same on screen, and I don't have to worry about particular size differences. So there is it's a bit odd, more easy to tell on the side that there's a bit of hue difference in the color of plastic. There is some here, but I don't think it's nearly as decisive on screen as it is with these two. So there's another good thing. Anyway, that has been another unboxing video from Devashi Emotion. I will see you guys in another one, another time, another place. Thank you all for watching. As always, check out social media links in the description below, or CFS, and out!